This week on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, we bring you Hip Hop Tony Montana, Lyrical Approval, a secret Red Lobster menu item, boy. The Big Three gets bigger. Diddy Do It Again? And the only sneakers you're going to want this fall. What else? Let's listen.
It's not just any day. It's Mr. Throwback Thursday.
All these kids want to get on and shit.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
I'll be damned. At the count of three, I want y'all to tell me the name of my DJ. 1, 2, 3.
And now, here's your hosts, Bill Winters and Mr. Throwback Thursday himself, Jamie Robinson.
And welcome, everybody, to Mr. Throwback Thursday. It's episode 545. Can't believe we're at 545. 10 more weeks, and we hit triple nickels.
Yeah.
Look at that. 545 coming at you this week with your two favorite idiots, as mostly usual. Bill up in New York, Jamie down in Virginia. How you doing, my friend? What's cracking?
I am well. What's up, Lion?
Or as I should say, scracking, as Lion put in the chat.
Things good. It's a billion degrees down here.
It's hot as balls up here, too, man. It's. I said last week it was like hotter than Satan's taint.
Yes. I got a new acquisition this week.
I know. I saw your pictures. Yes.
Third base.
Third base.
I said, shout out to Super 7 for being the only one to get Pete and Search back together again.
Yes, and Search actually either liked it or reposted it.
He and Pete both did, yeah.
Nice. No,
Super 7 did not.
The two things I said last week about how hot it was up here. Mm-hmm. I said it was hotter than Satan's taint.
Yes.
And somebody asked me how hot it was, and I said, well, my thermometer said it was 100 and fuck.
Yeah.
That's how hot it was.
Yeah, we had 102 yesterday. And I spent the majority of the day in the pool. I did some maintenance on my bar outside.
Yes,
it has the stereo and the speakers. I changed the speakers out and put new speakers with flashy lights in them and stuff. It looks pretty cool. But nobody cares.
Very nice.
But that was what I did yesterday.
Well, I care because I will take part in it when I come back down again. So. No, Janelle and I cleaned out our garage somewhat yesterday.
I saw her post.
Yeah, got rid of some shit.
But she didn't find the thing she was looking for.
No, we were looking for three things, didn't find any of them. So this tells you how manly I am. After this, I have to go to the store and buy a bundt pan so I can make a strawberry shortcake later. 116 in Arizona, says Lion.
Yeah, Lion,
and he's going to say, it's a dry heat.
It's a dry heat.
And I said, no, it's a hot heat.
You eat a bag of ass with those. It's a dry heat shit.
Yeah.
I've been to Vegas in the summertime where it's like you're holding a hairdryer in your mouth as you're walking down the street.
I've been to Vegas in February, and it feels like you're holding a hairdryer in your mouth.
So, Lion, you lose because you were supposed to send me a Jack in the Box picture like a month ago, and you still haven't sent it.
Yes,
and I
remember you asking about that. So I guarantee you're going to get it in your mailbox before the end of the show.
Lion's going to leave, go down to Jack in the Box, come back.
And get himself some potatoes or something. Anyway, we are back with Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 545. Standard menu of items this week. We have hip-hop headlines.
Yeah.
When the baby stops crying, the cookies are done cooking. That sounds like code, and I don't know what the hell that means. There's that thing again.
It is. Strange things happen on the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast, and if you're not here live, you don't get to see stuff like that.
You got a big insect problem or something. Something keeps flying around your head.
Large flying items.
As opposed to large professor.
Indeed.
Who's not on the show this week as far as I know.
No. Focus will be on the show in a couple of weeks, though.
Focus will be on the show in a couple of weeks.
For those of you who may not remember Focus, we talked shit about his artwork when we had Cool Kim on.
Yep.
We did say his song was dope, though. It was him, Cool Kim, and Haz G. He got the UMCs back together.
Mm-hmm.
He's also got a song, what did I tell you, with Grandmaster Caz.
Yep.
and Def Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a whole.
No, the music is great. He's just got to either work on his
artwork is better than Capadonna.
That's not saying something. Anyway, back to our menu because we're done talking about baking cookies. That's all I'm going to say with that. God, that's just awful. I'm scarred. Hip hop headlines, yes. Woo news, yes. A one and done that I did not know until you send me the notes. Yes,
it's kind of like
it's funny
last week
because I didn't know there was an actual name. That something we've talked about for years as a thing, not as a person.
Right.
So a record of the week from somebody we talked about last week.
Amazing how that works, huh?
And I think we actually talked about that record too.
We may have, yes, because of the yes we did.
Yes, and we'll get to that later. We'll remind you who the artist of the month is for July of 2024, and then we have an old to the new. And this old to the new, once you send it to me and I listened to it, I was like, you know what? Not sure who the other two are, but
no.
It was
apparently they're pretty big in the underground scene. So and this was almost an old to the new to the old.
Yeah, because I don't know the first two.
Yeah.
So maybe it is an old to the new to the old.
They got a song with Grand Poobah too.
It could be an old to the new to the old. Yeah. But either way, I listened to it when you sent it to me, and I think I sent something back to you saying this is a banger.
Yeah.
And so anyway, we'll have that. I'll read lyrics, and we'll do everything else that we do on the course of this show.
Yeah.
That being said, we will start, as we always do, by me politely asking permission for you to provide me with a little bit of that Triple H.
No. Oh, okay.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next week for episode 546.
Yes. Pulling a Daniel. All right. Let me kick this.
Pulling a Daniel.
This is Hip Hop Headlines brought to you by Mr. Throwback Thursday.
We'll get on it. It's your time.
It is my turn. And when you sent me this first article and I was going over all the notes and I read it, I didn't realize when I saw the headline exactly what it was going to be about. And I started reading it and I'm like, there's no earthly way this would ever have been a good idea. Yeah. Now, you have entitled this article, Mr. Scarface.
So you thought it was a Brad Jordan article?
I did indeed.
It was not.
Wasn't expecting a Brian De Palma article.
No, nor should you ever.
Not usually. Not on this show. We do talk about movie soundtracks from time to time. I wasn't expecting this one to jump in.
No, does this movie have an actual soundtrack or does it just have a score?
I think it just has a score. I've never seen a soundtrack.
That's kind of what I gathered from reading this when they were talking about.
You can Amazon anything, I suppose, right. But I don't think there is a recorded soundtrack.
I don't think so. And I think that that's part of the problem, not specifically the type that they were trying to do, but that there wasn't one to start with. So why am I going to make one now?
Right. And we're talking, of course, the name of the article, Mr. Scarface. We're talking about the movie from 1983.
A number. Oh.
Starring, Mr. Pacino and not a Quaalude. She loved me in the morning.
And Michelle Pfeiffer.
And Michelle Pfeiffer, young Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Brian De Palma's infamous movie Scarface, which so many people had that fucking poster on their wall.
Yeah. But
and
anytime
so
you
many
watch
people
Cribs.
wanted to reenact that scene with the powder on the desk.
Yeah. And then a grenade launcher. Yeah.
And the grenade launcher. Yes.
Yeah. No, this.
Say hello to my little friend.
If you ever watched an episode of Cribs,
you've seen this poster.
Yeah. Like every hip hop artist in the 90s. I mean, and it could be more now still, but had this poster in their Cribs episode.
That would be all of them.
Yeah.
Fair to say, probably all of them. 1983, Scarface came out. People refer to it as a classic. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but you're very weird about the movies that you like compared to the movies that the world likes.
I don't like mafia movies.
Right.
I don't like that kind of stuff. So
I'm not telling you you're wrong. I'm just saying your taste in movies are very different than the general population.
I am 53, going to be 54 years old this August. Last year was the first time I had ever fully watched Godfather and Godfather 2.
Yes. And I'm glad you did not. I'm glad you stopped there.
Well, Janelle tells me Godfather 3 is a myth.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't really exist. There is a movie out there with that title, but it has nothing to do with the other two, and therefore
it's kind of
an abomination. It is a skid mark in the Mario Puzo underwear.
August 10th, Lion. The comparison for anyone else who may have seen or not seen Godfather 3 is there's Breakin', there's Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo, and then there's Rappin', which is supposed to be Breakin' 3.
Yeah.
But
it
not.
Isn't.
Yes. It should never have been.
Oddly enough, I am in the middle of watching a 3-movie trilogy right now. We talked about that when he was on the show. Yep, I did. I shared a birthday with Kangol. I don't know how it came to be.
Yeah. We were talking to him in February. So.
Yeah. But I forget how, but we did. We determined that we have the same birthday. And I share a birthday with Ian Anderson of Jethro Tull, too. So, and former President Herbert Hoover. So,
and my sister and brother-in-law's anniversary.
One day away from Hulk Hogan's birthday. Thank
one day away
God
from
I don't
the
share a birthday with him.
Birth of hip-hop.
Yes. So there was no soundtrack we talked about for Scarface.
Right.
The reputation of this movie in the rap community has been huge.
Yes.
Probably because of home video. And Universal Pictures, in association with Def Jam Records on the 20th anniversary, attempted to redo the movie's soundtrack with hip hop.
Yeah. Now, the reason for that is because of the hip hop community being such big fans.
Mm-hmm.
And it wanted to play to their audience.
Yeah.
But
so, yeah, it was a classic score by Giorgio Moroder.
Of course.
And according to a new book written by a guy named Glenn Kenny, it's called The World Is Yours, The Story of Scarface. Producer Martin Bergman and Al Pacino himself were not opposed to the idea of dropping the score and replacing it for hip hop. Brian De Palma stepped in and said, I say nay, nay.
Yeah. So this is like a George Lucas, Steven Spielberg kind of step in.
This is worse than George Lucas redoing the original Star Wars movies and adding.
Yeah, but it's the same power that those two would have had to walk in and say, no, this is mine. You will not do anything to something that is mine unless I say so.
And this is why I like Brian De Palma had a set of stones. This is what he said. Exactly. No one changes the scores on movies by Scorsese or John Ford or David Lean. If this is the masterpiece you say it is, leave it the fuck alone.
Yeah.
He says, I fought them tooth and nail and was the odd man out. Not an unusual place for me. I have Final Cut. So that stopped him dead.
Nipsey has a different version of Scarface in the UK over there.
Really? I'll say good day to my ministers. Yes, it's a very polite Scarface.
Yes. But no, it's not like they were trying.
Say good day to my miniature associate.
It's not like they were trying to rescore the film. Def Jam just
It's
wanted to
certainly
release
fine. Another scone. She'll like me in the morning.
Yes. No, it would have been a soundtrack release. You weren't going to rescore the film. It was basically just Def Jam trying to make money off of Scarface and the hip hop community's love for Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. So that's why I didn't understand his complaint about it.
I think at one point they were talking about redoing the movie.
Well, that would be ridiculous.
Redoing the movie soundtrack.
But that's what I'm saying. There isn't a soundtrack. So I thought that they were just going to release.
Every movie has a soundtrack to
Right,
it.
but it's
Even
the
if they
original
don't release
score.
it.
Right.
The soundtrack was the classic music score. They wanted to take that out, put the movie back out. And like I said, it's like changing the original, Cantina band
To DMX.
with that
Yes.
and then doing whatever the fuck they did with it when they redid the
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
And I was like, no,
I misunderstood.
That's not Max Rebo and the Cantina band.
I misunderstood. I thought Def Jam just wanted to release a soundtrack for the anniversary.
Def Jam wanted to redo the movie with their music in it and then release it as a soundtrack to play off on it.
That doesn't work.
Now, Def
the
Jam
movie takes
put out
place in the early 1980s.
Yeah.
You're not going to have a whole lot of Def Jam at that point.
No. Def Jam did indeed put out a compilation album of hip hop tracks inspired by the film, which is fine.
Yes, that's what I saw in the article, and that's why I was thinking that.
So the original cut of the movie was left alone. De Palma did say in an interview with The Talks that Universal continually wanted to change the soundtrack, saying they're very unhappy with me because they could obviously make a tremendous amount of money, but I said that score is not being changed.
Hi, Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. So, yeah, and this is a great line, too. You have to admire the stones that De Palma has, because a new score, in the opinion of many of the fans of the film, would be like vandalism.
Yeah, I could see that.
And like you said, given that the movie takes place in early 1980s Miami, a contemporary hip hop score would be out of place.
Exactly. That would have been my major issue.
Now, the guy who wrote the music, Moroder or whatever his name is, that music's kind of dated too, but at least it fit the era and the setting of the movie.
Yeah, nobody's running out and buying the original motion picture score of Scarface today.
You know what? I might just order it just because one person could have it. But I don't even think it's available, to be honest with you.
Who knows?
But like I said, you can go online and find anything anywhere anymore. So I'm kind of, I love classic hip hop. It doesn't need to go in everything. You can't be all things to all people.
I did find the Giorgio Moroder Scarface expanded motion picture soundtrack on Spotify.
I told you it's out there. It's probably under his name, not under the.
It is a 2-disc, 23 tracks on one, 28 on the other.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it is under his name.
I wonder how long most of those tracks are, though.
3 minutes, 4 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Jesus, that's a long record then.
51 songs, 2.5 hours long.
That's a long ass record.
It's a long ass movie.
Did the government say it was okay? That's a big question.
I'm glad Sarah's here because I believe she's the one who first sent this article to me.
So we just had an article last week about a guy who was on fucking death row in Iran for making music illegally.
Yes, because they overstepped.
For making music that was critical of the government in which he lived.
Right.
Rapper BG has been ordered to have all of his future songs approved by the U.S. government.
Yeah.
So the ruling has led to claims that his right to free speech is unfairly challenged, in another case putting rap lyrics on trial. A U.S. federal judge has refused prosecutors' request to prohibit BG, who made the 90s song Bling Bling, from promoting and glorifying future gun violence and murder in songs and at concerts while on supervised release from prison, saying that such a restriction could violate his constitutional right to free speech. So apparently he got out of prison, and they said one of the
conditions,
terms or conditions of your parole is that you can't talk about this shit on record or in concert anymore.
Yeah. It said something like his past lyrics had influenced his behavior or something like that. So they wanted to make sure that was something that wasn't going to happen again.
And he says that BG must provide the government with copies of any songs he writes moving forward ahead of their production or promotion. And if they are deemed to be inconsistent with his goals of rehabilitation, prosecutors could move to toughen the terms dictating his supervised release. Big Brother is watching you.
Yeah. Well, if you put your foot in your mouth, they're going to start watching you. Yeah.
To have a grilled toe cheese sandwich.
Yeah.
And you better.
And a tossed salad.
Yeah. This is in the U.S., man. This is here. Of course, we've talked in the last year or two about the controversy of putting rap lyrics on trial.
Right. They should not be allowed in the courtroom unless they directly admit to the charge that you're being, the charge you're facing.
Yeah. Now, if I write a song that says, I'm killing Joe Shit the Ragman.
Right.
I'm going to shoot Joe Shit the Ragman in the head. And 2 days later, Joe Shit the Ragman gets shot in the head.
Yeah.
Somebody going to have some questions.
Yes, but you can't put people's lyrics in general on trial. You can't put NWA's lyrics on trial because NWA, the personas within NWA do not reflect the people who represent those personas.
So all sorts of people have come out and condemned the whole thing of using rap lyrics as evidence in court. And it's not just rap artists. I mean, yes, Megan Thee Stallion and Jay-Z, but Coldplay. I mean, when you get Chris Martin to make a stand, Christina Aguilera, saying that this practice of using rap lyrics as evidence disproportionately targets black artists.
I agree. Although none of the people that you mentioned were.
But BG, whose real name is Christopher Dorsey, fell under scrutiny from probation officers after he performed at a concert in Las Vegas, where he now lives, alongside fellow rapper Boozy. And he had also released an album with Gucci Mane.
Okay.
People on supervised release are generally required to, quote, refrain from associating unnecessarily with, end quote, those who have prior felony convictions, among other conditions, according to officials. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's part of his release, that not so much that you can't necessarily do this, but you are hanging around unsavory characters in violation of the terms of your release.
Right. In your plans to be a better person than you were when we sent you in here.
Both Boozy and Gucci Mane have prior felony convictions.
Okay, so I can see them complaining about that, but still his lyrics needing to be cleared by someone who knows nothing about hip hop or lyrics.
Maybe he should see. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they're just taking it too far. Maybe the clearance should just be, hey, this is my livelihood. This is what I do for a living.
Right. I
have to work with these people to do this. Is it okay?
Yes. But when he's writing stuff and they have to approve what he's
that's
written.
That's a little overreach to me.
Yes.
That's a lot of overreach to me, actually.
I can see if he's out there talking about doing stuff, the same stuff that got him put away.
Yeah.
If he's still writing about stuff like that, I can see them saying, dude, you can't do this while you're still on parole. It was a condition. You will try to become a better person than you were when you went in, whatever.
Well, maybe this is why. The lyrics that he wrote exalted a pair of men who are serving sentences of life imprisonment after being linked to multiple murders in a drug dealing and gang violence racketeering case. So it's art imitating life.
Right. And that's the stuff they don't want.
But still, I don't know. It's a slippery slope for me, man.
What Ice-T say? Freedom of speech?
Just watch what you say. Mm-hmm.
Here's a little.
Nigga, I got these hoes ice sucking nuts while my little BG's on the bus putting out cigarette butts. For me personally, Playboy, I don't give a fuck. And I'm always show love to my cut. Hit the club and light the bitch up. Cash money model with a drink to me throat.
For anyone who was just not familiar with his style, and I will say, I just talked shit about Focus again and his artwork.
Yeah.
All the Cash Money records had that No Limit album cover.
Yeah. Yep. With the bling bling.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
It does.
So BG's attorneys, oddly enough, one of his attorneys' initials is BG. Billy Gibbons and David
Didn't
Chestnut.
he play guitar for ZZ Top?
I thought so too. Argued that preemptively ordering their client to avoid certain subject areas amounted to an unconstitutional prior restraint of free speech. It's basically fucking censorship.
Right. Potential censorship.
In a 5-page ruling, Judge Morgan of New Orleans said that Gibbons and Chesnoff may be correct. So she did not impose such a condition. But Morgan said that prosecutors' concerns over BG's goals of rehab were legitimate. Mm-hmm. So she would have the artist turn his lyrics over to the government prior to putting out or promoting any songs he planned to use them in. And at that point, if they are deemed to be inconsistent with the goals of rehabilitation, prosecutors could ask to modify the supervised release terms. Again, I got a problem with this.
Yeah.
He already served his time, right?
Yeah, he's out on parole. So he's on parole. So he is still.
Now I've seen guys who get out of jail with the condition that they're still on probation for a certain period of time and they have to report and all that. Mm-hmm. But God, I don't really. What's the big deal? The guy records music,
right? But if you just told me that he was writing songs about these murderers and drug dealers and whatever that are currently on trial and in prison.
Well, I'm going to go back to the whole targeting black artists thing. How many songs has Eminem wrote where he kills the mother of his daughter?
So if Eminem goes to jail and then comes out and is on probation or he's paroled and he's on probation, he could have the same restrictions imposed if he went in and like, look, dude, you can't talk about shit like that anymore.
Yeah, I suppose that's what it is. But it just seems a weird thing to put as a condition of a parole. I get it to a certain extent.
Right.
But to a certain extent, I kind of agree with his attorneys that, look, I've done my time. I've done what he is a felon, which he's not asking to get out of the country. I mean, it's not like he's asking to go to Canada or anything because he's not asking to vote. He's just asking to try to do what it was he was doing before he went to jail to make a living. Now, because he's a convicted felon, mm-hmm. How do his lyrics supposedly hit any harder than NWA basically saying they're going to kill every fucking cop they see?
How about Ice-T's Cop Killer?
But he's not on parole.
Right. Okay, how about DMX?
DMX was a felon?
He was.
But nobody ever made him submit his lyrics. I
afraid
don't
of him.
know if he talked about that stuff after he got
No, I
out
don't
on
know.
parole, but nobody made him
No.
submit his lyrics after.
That we're aware of.
Yeah, maybe they did, and we just don't know.
Yeah.
But
Maybe there wasn't just a big stink about it like there is here. I don't know. What else we got for news?
well, what? He was in jail for 14 years. It was a sentence of 14 years because he pled guilty to illegal gun possession at a traffic stop. Yeah, I've seen other guys get pinched for gun possession. They didn't have to do this shit. Do you think it's just a judge who's trying to get their name in the paper and be
I don't know.
I am the righteous one?
Well,
you
it
know?
seems like they were trying to overreach. The prosecutor was trying to overreach, and the judge toned it down. So
to a little bit, but didn't
Right.
tone it down all the way.
right.
Interesting. We'll have to follow up on this to see if we get any more news on this.
Morning,
But
Jason.
it is, again, it's another layer to that. I don't want to say argument because I think you and I are both pretty lockstep
Yeah.
on it.
Yep.
But the conversation that we've had multiple times about this.
Yeah.
But man, that again, when you sent me the article, did the government say it was okay? I thought it was going to be about the
About
guy
the
who was
Iranian
just
guy? Yeah.
yeah. No.
No, it's here.
No Love Lost is our next article,
It is.
which comes to us from consequence.net. And I know we've used them in the
We
past.
have.
No Love Lost is the name of a track, which was the first Jay-Z and Nas collaboration.
It was. And who brought them together?
That would be the Shack Knife.
He threatened to cut them with precision.
He did. Or just cover them with icy hot and make them buy their insurance from the general.
He's the hooper, hyper, protected by Viper.
So, yeah, his third album, You Can't Stop the Rain, finally came out on streaming. I don't know why
Yes.
it wasn't before.
I don't know. There's always weird
Unless-
stuff that stops it.
Unless maybe somebody who was on there as a guest didn't offer their. But I've seen things where it comes out on streaming and
And
they
that
just
song will be-
black that. Yeah, that song's blacked out. Like, Fuck Martinez was not available
Right.
on the streams when we did that a couple weeks ago. So we had to perform it ourselves, which is very easy to do.
It is, as most Luke lyrics are.
No Love Lost is the first time this thing has been streaming, and it's the original track. Apparently, Nas didn't clear his verse for the 1996 album release.
That's crazy.
So
You sat down and did it. Mm-hmm. Why are we not releasing it?
But yeah, it says though Shaq had become a capable MC 3 albums into his career, Lord Tariq is talented in his own right. Jay and Nas are obviously the main attractions on No Love Lost because all of those guys are on there.
Right.
But You Can't Stop the Rain features the title track with Notorious B.I.G. and appearances from the infamous Mobb Deep, Rakim, and DJ. Word to the motherfucking DJ Quick.
Yes.
But yes, You Can't Stop the Rain is finally out on streaming.
It is. We should listen to that.
I was going to say we probably should because I don't. Did you have the cassette of this?
This one,
when
no.
it came out? So I don't know if this No Love Lost ever actually made it onto the pressed.
It says it didn't. It said that's why this
Because
is the
Nas
first time.
didn't clear it. So, well, here you
Now,
go.
was it
Now-
there and was it modified? Was his verse
Maybe.
taken out or part of it taken out? Who knows?
Like having somebody record the beginning of nothing.
We didn't have AI back then to
No.
do somebody else's verse who you could release the
Who
song.
did we talk about last week? Was it all about the Benjamins where somebody re-recorded Diddy's verse?
Well, yeah, it was Jadakiss. It was,
Jada,
it was
because he
AI
wrote it, he said
Jadakiss.
anyway. So
It was AI Jadakiss. Cypher Sounds did it.
yeah, and Jada said he wrote it anyway. So
Yeah.
interesting. We'll have to give that a listen at some
We
point.
will.
I love the way this one came out. Flavors faves.
Yes.
And if they don't do that on the fucking commercial
I know.
when this comes out, then that is a missed opportunity. Red Lobster,
who has filed for bankruptcy,
but has gotten a new voiceover spokesperson recently, and that would be one William Drayton Jr.
Yes.
Professionally known as Flavor Flav. And if you don't spell it right, he'll get on you. He's already voiced a commercial, and now there's a new menu collaboration with Flav and Red Lobster, in which his favorite order is on the menu, but only during Crab Fest.
And it's not actually on the menu. It is a hidden item that you can ask for if you know.
Yes. So Flav's the ultimate hype man anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Or one of them. You know, there's some other ones. Dougie Fresh is one. Too Big MC, yes. And he has hyped two things recently: the U.S. water polo women's team,
yes,
and Red Lobster.
Right.
Now, for Red Lobster, he's attempting to lure in diners after their bankruptcy.
And now we gotta pause. Lion, why are you getting emails from Red Lobster? And how do I get them?
You go to their site and sign up for it, or follow them on Twitter. I'll bet.
Maybe.
I mean, hell, years ago, we talked about somebody got really mad at a tweet that SpaghettiOs put out for 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
And my response was, who the fuck follows SpaghettiOs on Twitter?
Right.
So, I don't know. The rapper teamed up with Red Lobster, which has closed a lot of locations recently, including the Poughkeepsie and Kingston ones here. And the sad thing is, I know somebody who worked at the Poughkeepsie one. They didn't tell him. Showed up for work and the doors were locked. That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
So, because of Crab Fest, he's offered his signature meal to those in the know who can order it off menu. And he says, as a longtime Red Lobster fan, I'm fired up to bring a little bit of my own flavor to fans with a meal featuring my seafood favorites. You got to get to Red Lobster and give it a try because this signature meal is hype, boy.
There it is.
So you want to know what it is?
Yes.
It's a Maine lobster tail.
Okay.
Snow crab legs, garlic shrimp scampi.
Nice.
And bacon mac and cheese all on one plate. Plus,
cheddar bay biscuits.
The customer gets a choice of one side dish.
No biscuits?
Didn't say anything about. Well, I think you get the biscuits
beforehand.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in 100 years, so I don't quite remember. I remember they were good. But I would eat that meal.
I'm not much of a crab leg or lobster guy, so it doesn't do anything for me. But I do know I know a lot of people who would eat that. It's not going to be printed along with the other specials and mainstays on the menu, but guests can ask their server if you can find a Red Lobster that's open.
Yeah.
For the Flavor Flav's faves while dining in at Red Lobster. Apparently, you can't get it to go.
No.
When you have someone like Flav who shows their love for a brand by ordering the entire fucking menu.
Yeah.
Red Lobster's chief experience officer, Sarah Bittorf, said, there's more fun to be had. Flav's passion for Red Lobster is unmatched, and we're excited to bring our guests a flavor experience unlike any other. So I don't know what the cost is of that. It says Red Lobster is back in the bang for your buck game with more savings on crab stuff, starting at $20 during Crab Fest.
Crab Fest, which Flav did a commercial for.
Yes.
I'm wondering if you have to grab your server and say, you know what time it is before you order so they know what you're talking about.
You should have to.
This Flavor Faves, is it rocking? Is it clocking?
Is it clocking?
Is it shocking?
Is it jocking? I got a letter from the Lobster the other day. I opened.
Well, Lion got a letter from Red Lobster the other day.
Yes, he did. Hip Hop DX brings us our next one, and that is Bigger 3.
Yeah.
The Big 3 is growing.
Well, he's selling teams. So Cube owns all the teams.
Yes.
He's now franchised teams out. Teams that he owned are now going other places.
Including Houston and Miami. Oddly enough, 2 hip-hop hotbeds. So the Big Three organization is currently transitioning from hosting games on the road to setting up bases across the country.
Right.
To that point, teams are now for sale and open to investments. Cube says we need to plan our routes in cities so we can be more than a rolling all-star game coming through. It's really about growing the sport and the league. And oddly enough, there is 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics.
Yes.
I don't know if there's men's and women's.
That I don't know.
I know there's women's because Cameron Brink, who was just drafted to the Los Angeles Sparks, she was chosen to play on the 3-on-3 team.
Oh, nice.
Tore her ACL. She can't play. She's out. Yeah, she's in bad shape right now. She's a good baller too. Last month, businessman Heath Freeman purchased the rights to a franchise in Miami for $10 million.
Yes. Morning, John.
Which he is set to take over for the 2025 season. He says, I'm honored to join Ice Cube and Jeff Quatnetz at the Big Three and bring a new professional basketball team to Miami. Now, if they do this, right now, all the Big Three teams just have generic 3-sounding names with no city attached to it.
Right, because it's kind of like and one. They're a touring Globetrotter type.
I wonder if they're going to get into actually, the Miami so-and-sos or whatever.
I would think so, which is why the city would buy the franchise, right?
Making a logo and all that, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people who watch the Big Three. I enjoy watching the Big Three because it reminds me of the street ball we used to play.
Right.
So Big Three is shaping the future of basketball. The gameplay dynamic and nuance and the product on the court appeals to the audiences in this incredibly fast-growing region, says the guy who's bringing the team to Miami.
Yeah, that guy. Miami guy.
Miami guy.
Benvenuto Miami.
Whose name... Heath Freeman. That's it. Wonder if he's related to Morgan.
Don't know.
But he says, basketball fans across South Florida can rest assured this franchise will soon add to our great region's winning sports pedigree. Bloomberg reported that moguls Eric Mullins and Milton Carroll have acquired a third unit that will be stationed in Houston. Prior to the deals, the league was doing pretty well as it was. But, big stuff for the Big Three. And I'm wondering if they'll get an even bigger boost since the Olympics are starting in 20 days?
It's soon, yeah.
I think the 27th is the opening.
I'm just watching for the
ceremonies. Huh?
I'm just watching it for the break-in.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check. Hulu usually has a thing where you can choose what sport you want to watch and then just kind of watch it on demand. So I'm going to have to look and see and watch that.
We will be discussing that on the show, so you need to watch it.
I have to watch Breaking?
Yes, not Breaking 2 and not Rapping.
Just as long as I don't watch Rapping. That's all I was looking for. I didn't want to watch Rapping. The God on Gala.
Yeah, we talked about Gala music 2 weeks ago when we had Money B on.
We did.
It's on that Web3 platform.
And now, not Big Three, Web3.
Yes.
Money B is not the only guy on Gala.
No, I think we heard that Snoop was too. But this is a big deal.
But now the God MC is Rakim is going to make a groundbreaking return to the music scene with the new record, God's Network, Rebirth.
Right.
Partnering with cutting-edge Web3 music platform Gala Music, select songs from the album release are available exclusively on Gala Music before hitting digital streaming platforms on July 26th.
Yes.
So if you are a Gala subscriber or member or whatever it is, you get to hear them first.
Yeah.
And then I guess when you buy them off of there, it's kind of like an NFT, and you can trade.
You own it, yes.
Yep. So pretty much everybody's going to start going to this sort of thing, I think. Are you on there?
I am. That is
Look at
how
you.
I hung out with Money B during that Wednesday talk that he was going to have. Yeah, it's right there.
Now, did you have to pay anything
I
for
did
membership on that? Okay, there you go.
I don't do pay.
No, I know you don't. Not if you can help it.
If it is free, it is for me. And there you go. Is the Rakim.
Mm-hmm. The tracks went on sale Friday, July 5th. 7 instrumentals from the album will be released exclusively on Gala on July 12th, and they'll be available indefinitely. There are 3 exclusive tracks available right now on Gala. One is Love is the Message, which features the late Nipsey Hussle, Planet Asia, Louis King from Gala Music, Snoop, and a choir led by Sally Green and Kobe Honeycutt.
Okay.
I'm seeing more and more people named Kobe after Kobe Bryant got famous.
Not so many people named Honeycutt after BJ.
Not after BJ, and they spell it differently, by the way. God's Playground, which is basically a rock hymn with 38 Spesh, Fred the Godson, who's also rest in peace, and Sky Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
And then the song concludes with a heartfelt prayer from the late DMX.
Nice. Yeah, we did say that we were afraid of this because he's
Record
got
being all features.
Yeah.
Pendulum Swing is the 3rd track, which is his first ever fully orchestrated posse cut, featuring a lineup that includes King Crooked from Slaughterhouse, L.A. the Dark Man, who was a Wu-Tang affiliate, Canonist from Refugee Camp, and Chino XL. Rakim handles the vocals, scratches, and production duties.
Yeah.
So,
one-man gang.
Who turned into Akeem.
Yeah, we don't talk about that character.
So, if you are interested, go on to Gala. You can get on there for free, but you got to pay for these 3 songs. So,
yeah, and you got to pay in whatever their cryptocurrency is. I don't remember what it was.
Which I'm sure they probably have something on there to redeem your currency for their crypto and
give us money so we can give you money. Yeah.
Give us real money so we can give you our exclusive brand only fake money.
Yeah.
Which you can't spend anywhere else. It's like old Navy cash.
Yeah. Or we had Cole's cash. Yeah.
Cole's cash. Yes. Mo Diddy Mo problems.
Yeah.
This is not going to help his reputation.
It is not
at all.
No, there's so much shit going on. And again,
where's Carl Winslow?
Yeah. No, we can.
Hip hop.
We are only. All this stuff is alleged. We are not saying he did anything.
Perfect, John. That is a perfect. It's like arcade tokens.
Yes. Go to the Dream Machine, put your money in, get their stuff out, and you're stuck with them.
And you can only use them here.
Yeah.
That is a perfect.
Yeah, we'll put that up so everybody
analogy.
can see that. Yes.
Very good. Hip Hop DX brings us this one.
Yes.
We have talked ad nauseum about the legal difficulties by one Sean Pistuki Combs.
Because it just keeps coming to the news. I can't hide from it.
And as we talk more and more about the legal issues with Sean Pistuki Combs, we're learning more and more about the type of things he likes.
Or liked. Maybe he doesn't anymore. Maybe he's changed and he's on to different flavors.
But does he have to report them to the government?
Not yet.
I'm sure he will. Pistuki has been accused in another sex trafficking lawsuit.
Another one. Oh, that's the wrong guy.
By a porn star.
Mm-hmm. But wait.
Of demanding oral sex from the porn star's boyfriend.
Yes, not from her, but from her boyfriend.
Well, from the both of them together, actually.
Well, yes.
Adria English, who went by the porn stage name I'm Unique.
That is a very cool name.
Spelled Omunique. I'm Unique.
Yes, she is.
Claims that the bad boy boss hired her to have sex with people at his parties. So he hired her as a hooker.
Yeah.
And that she met the mogul through her boyfriend, who at the time was auditioning to model for the Sean John fashion label, which is owned by Piss Dookie. In the lawsuit, which has been obtained by TMZ, Unique alleges that Piss Dookie wanted her boyfriend and another model. So it wasn't her and her boyfriend. I take that back. It was her boyfriend and another model, doesn't say male or female,
doesn't say.
to perform oral sex on him in exchange for the job.
Yeah, that's some Weinstein shit going on there.
The boyfriend said nay, nay.
As I would have said.
Piss Dookie's partner, or English's partner, I'm Unique's partner, was then offered another chance at the modeling gig if he convinced his porn star girlfriend, I'm Unique, to work as a go-go dancer at one of Piss Dookie's famous white parties in the Hamptons.
Mm-hmm. Happy to
they
never have gone to one of them.
to that. The couple agreed. Unique says she worked the party in 2004, providing photographic evidence in the lawsuit of her appearing at the lavish event.
So she's providing pictures as evidence that she was prostituting.
Well, that she was just performing as a dancer.
Oh, okay.
She didn't have to do any sex acts there. She's providing photographic evidence of the conditions that Piss Dookie required for this guy to get a job.
Okay.
Unique claims she went on to work other Piss Dookie parties where she alleges that she had to drink alcohol laced with ecstasy and was encouraged to flirt with guests.
Yeah, what were those guys' names who you needed to cover their drinks from?
Oh, God, I'd have to go back. The
Those
pictures from the Reds, yeah. Just the names. I'm not saying that they're bad guys. I don't know them.
No.
It's just they're very Duke Lacrosse sounding names.
Yes.
How's that?
Yes. SVU villains, yes.
Unique says that Piss Dookie began grooming her into sex trafficking through his parties and once ordered to have forced sexual intercourse with celebrity jeweler Jacob the Jeweler.
Jacob the Jeweler, yeah.
For which she was paid an extra $1,000. The lawsuit includes a photo of Unique with Jacob the Jeweler that was allegedly taken at the party where she was ordered to have sex for an extra $1,000. She claims that Piss Dookie congratulated her on having sex with Jacob, who is also named as a defendant in the lawsuit.
Yeah, right. I'm surprised. Congratulations. Good job on screwing that guy.
Unique then alleges that she was passed off to various other people at Dookie's parties and continued to be sexually assaulted. The plaintiff further claims that the record executive made promises to advance her career in the music industry, but also threatened to blackball her and her boyfriend if they did not comply with his demands. Well, we already know he wanted to blackball the boyfriend when he asked for the oral sex.
He wanted to ball him one way or another.
And he is black.
John has names of those people.
Chet Papplenews
the third.
Trip Haverford.
Those would be names that would put something in your drink.
Unique says she suffered emotional trauma, including intimacy issues.
But is she rather unique? That's the question.
It did say in the beginning she was a porn actress, right?
What's her full name? I'm rather unique. Yes.
She went by the porn stage name. So I don't know it. You could probably argue if you're doing porn for a living, that the intimacy issues probably stem from there.
They could have. Or before that, and that's what got you into it. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. No, it could be. And painful memories as a result of the alleged sex trafficking. Her lawsuit also names a woman called Tamiko Thomas as a defendant, who she claims facilitated the sex trafficking and is described as Piss Dookie's Ghislaine Maxwell.
I could see that.
To the Piss Dookie Jeffrey Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, I was definitely calling him Epstein.
Ruth's Chris Steakhouse Jr. Piss Dookie, through his attorney, see if you've heard this before, has denied the allegations within the lawsuit.
What?
The lawyer says no matter how many lawsuits, no matter how many lawsuits are filed, there's still no bones in ice cream.
No, there are not.
It won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason and without any proof. That's kind of true,
It is
actually.
true, yes.
Fortunately, a fair and impartial judicial process exists to find the truth, and Mr. Combs is confident he will prevail against these and other baseless claims in court. I understand people wanting to go after the rich guy.
Well, yeah.
But if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, and enough people are saying he's a duck, chances are, motherfucker, you a duck.
Mm-hmm.
Shucky, ducky, quack, quack,
Quack,
in the immortal
quack,
words
yes.
of Booker T.
In the immortal words of
Piss
Shucky Ducky.
Piss Dookie, as we know, currently fighting a string of other lawsuits. I can't go into all of them because they are a multitude, which he has denied on all of them.
Yes, freedom is a road.
Some of them
seldom
accusing
traveled
him
by
of
them.
sexual assault, gang rape, and using drugs to coerce. He had his homes raided by Homeland Security in March as part of a federal sex trafficking investigation, although he has yet to be criminally charged for that.
It's better than sex trafficking, yes.
Sex trafficking. No, sexy sex trafficking,
Yes.
actually. Let me put them back in and try it again. There we go.
Jimmy C.
It's one of the greatest records we've ever done. Shine a Little Light
Yes.
is our next one.
Speaking of Piss Dookie.
Piss Dookie. Yes, all hip hop brings us this. On top of the many other things that we have talked about, Natanya Rubin, a victim of the 1999 nightclub shooting involving Piss Dookie, shit just keeps following that motherfucker around, doesn't it?
It does.
Is calling former Bad Boy Records rapper Shine a con artist and accusing him of deceit and unpaid debts. Shine did not shoot me because he didn't. That's a great line.
Yeah. Why?
But Shine is a con artist. Everybody's like, oh, we know Shine was innocent. No, you don't know a goddamn thing because he's far from innocent.
Right. He may have
Shine-
taken a fall for something he didn't do, but she's saying he is not an innocent person.
As Kevin Bacon once said in Murder in the First, I didn't kill anybody, but I was the weapon.
That's right.
I ain't no killer, but I was the weapon. Shine was convicted on 2 counts of assault and reckless endangerment, as well as criminal possession of an illegal weapon, after a 7-week trial alongside Piss Dookie. He was acquitted of charges of attempted murder on a 3rd count of intentional assault in the 1st degree of a 3rd victim and 1 other count. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison without the eligibility of parole on June 1st, 2001. He wound up serving nearly 9 years in New York prisons. So if he's done all this, why does this woman have a problem with him?
Exactly.
Because Shine has yet to fulfill his financial obligations from their legal settlement stemming from the incident, according to Natanya Rubin, the victim in this thing.
Tanya. What did you say?
She says, you still owe me money. In the settlement, Shine was
Was that
responsible.
Peppa
He
Boo?
didn't.
What was that?
Who is she? But at the time, he didn't have the money to pay. Rubin also claims Shine attempted to manipulate his narrative for political gain in Belize, and we talked about that,
Yes.
too. In a recent interview with Channel 5 Belize, he maintained his innocence. He says, everybody knew all along that I was the fall guy. But my political enemies and, detractors try to make me into, this criminal. But everyone knew that I was a young kid that took the fall. Everyone knew that. That was the story. I'm just saying that I maintained my innocence all this time. Mm-hmm. Natanya Rubin, however, remains suspicious, saying he's going to jockey off of me saying Shine didn't shoot me to try to leverage himself to get that prime minister seat. You ain't nothing but a penny Annie Shire, a shady car salesman, a dressed up fraud, and a liar.
That's a
Tell
lie.
us how you really feel, honey. Rubin further accused Shine of using her name to advance his career while he was living a very lavish life. She says, you drive a Maybach in Belize. You walk around doing this. You were able to get back in the country because you were the head of you were Fat Joe's party, turning your narrative over and over, changing the wheel. She really frustrated, couldn't finish sentences.
Yes, apparently.
Rubin expressed frustration over being repeatedly drawn into these falsehoods. She says, you had no right to leverage my name in your lies. I'm not letting up off the gas until you tell the truth and until you're made responsible. She also plans to bring forward another victim named Julius Jones to collaborate her claims.
Just another victim, kid.
Shine shot Julius Jones, and I can prove it to you. I will bring Julius Jones to the surface to tell y'all himself.
Has he gone into hiding?
I feel like if he wanted to tell, he probably would have already.
Those who know don't tell.
And those who tell
don't know.
Rubin also shared her disappointment over Shine's actions despite initially being proud of his transformation into a community activist. She says, I was very proud of him, but now cut the shenanigans. Oh, she went shenanigans on him. She could have went bullshit, and everybody would have seen that coming.
Yeah, no.
But she chose shenanigans. Not quite tomfoolery, and certainly not poppycock.
No.
But shenanigans are pretty sharp. Julius Special Delivery Jones. I don't think he's the guy that lost in 8 seconds to King Kong Bundy. Who, by the way, I watched that match. It was quite literally 15 seconds.
Okay.
So WWE playing with your heartstrings that whole time.
Yeah, they do that.
And now, new school news.
Yep, because this is a thing that has to happen.
Nick Cannon has revealed what happens to the insurance money on his balls if something goes wrong.
I do not need to hear any more of that. So that is enough of that shit. Let us move on.
We will move on by taking our first break of the day. And during that break, perhaps I will insure my testicles for $10 million as well.
And then you can tell us what happens to the money if something happens to your nuts.
No, I think I'll just leave them as they are. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have some woo news, and then we're going to get into some music on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 545.
You can't play with my yo-yo. Don't try to play me out. Don't try to play me out.
It's Yo Yeezy. Believe me, the flow gets better over the years. Can't unplay ways to get this cheddar. What's up, it's your girl Yo Yo. You're listening to my boys Jamie and Bill on the only classic hip hop podcast that matters, Mr. Throwback Thursday. Throwback.
I hit the 8-ball often. The earrings I wear are called dolphins. Check the booty. Yo, it's kind of soft, and if you touch it, you'll ever.
1 2 1 2. What's good, yo? This is Ghostface straight from Staten Island, New York. And right about now, it's time for Woo News with Jamie and Bill. Y'all know what it is. Get it correct. Mr. Throwback Thursdays, Jamie and Bill. You know what I mean? On Woo News. That's what's going down right now. Y'all check this out. Exclusive. Peace.
The RZA, the Jizza, Raekwon, Master Killer, Inspector Deck, You God, Method Man, Ghostface Killer, an old dirty bastard.
It's now time for Woo News with Mr. Throwback Thursday.
Shimmy, y'all.
Welcome back, Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 545. You heard the name Ghostface Killer in there. I have Toastface Gorilla on today. And we are talking once again about Woo News, and we have a couple of pieces of Woo News for you, including something I was very excited to see when you sent it to me. Back in 1999.
A number.
Yes, 1990 scam is the perfect phrase on that. That ranks right up there with how hot is it? It's 100 and fuck outside.
That's right.
Back in 1999, a number. 36 pairs of Wu-Tang Clan Nike Dunks were made available to the public. They were sharp-ass looking black and yellow high-top Nike Dunks with the Wu logo in the back portion of the sneaker. Well, now, after 25 years, Nike is preparing to re-release the Wu-Tang Clan Dunk. Out of the 36 pairs that were originally resold recently, up to $50,000 for a pair of those.
Yes, because there were theoretically 36 of them.
Well, these will be a different release. So there's still 36 on the original release.
Yeah. So
official imagery is yet to be released. A teaser from both Nike and Wu themselves hinted at a colorway similar to the 1999 original. Leather build is crafted with a black base, yellow overlays similar to the goldenrod iteration,
right? With
the W insignia embroidered just below the lateral ankle.
Yes, the goldenrod it's black and yellow. That's what it is.
Yeah, black and yellow, black and yellow.
It is not that one though.
They are set to release this fall. However, additional info such as price and retailers are yet to be confirmed.
Yes, I heard October something.
So if you are a follower on Instagram, you can go to Nike Sportswear or Wu-Tang Clan and you can see the video of the release. Basically, it's the shoe covered with a shit ton of bees and it just says Buzz.
Yes, there are better pictures out now. So those are the old ones, John. The $46,000 plus shipping.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is a
you had me at $46K, but I am not paying $15 to ship them some bitches.
I'd have been in, but that $15, fuck that.
Put it over the edge for me. Once they come out, I will probably look into buying because although I'm not a huge sneaker guy,
right,
and most of those kind of things wouldn't look good on me.
Right.
Like we've had this conversation, like the Ewing sneakers.
Yeah.
As cool as they are, they wouldn't look good on me.
Right.
I don't much care if these look good on me or not. They're the fucking Wu. So
exactly.
So therefore I will probably get them. Next article of Wu News. It wasn't me.
Nope.
And this comes to us from
I think this one was Revolt.
Revolt.tv. And Toast Face Gorilla
yes,
has admitted that he has never watched Wu-Tang, An American Saga. And basically, he hasn't watched it because it says it's not his story. He says the show lacks authentic details about his real life. It was a gritty retelling of the genesis of one of hip-hop's most revered rap groups with a whole lot of artistic license taken. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even with millions of viewers, the story didn't resonate with everyone, not even those who lived and experienced it, including one Toast Face Gorilla. Yeah. In the June 27th episode of the Torre show, Ghostface Killer admitted that he did not tune in, acknowledging there was a disconnect between himself and the material. He says, I never watched it. Never in my life. RZA knows that. I never watched it because that's not my story. You want a Toastface story? You get a Toastface story. It's not my story. You could take a piece of me and, he had two brothers with muscular dystrophy. Know what I mean? I'm me, yo. Like, there's a story behind myself. I'm glad that y'all saying it was good because, you know, Riz is my brother. He got a vision of something he want to put on TV. All right, cool. But I never got a chance to speak to the person that was writing me.
Right.
Whoever was writing my parts out, I never got a chance to do my 1-2 after the first time. I did it one time, and the first season, it didn't show up how I wrote it. I mean, how I was talking to the person. Toastface was portrayed by actor Sadiq Saunderson throughout the show's run. So, according to Toastface, the show had been on the air for 2 seasons before he finally met the actor who played him.
That's crazy.
He's not the only one. Clifford Smith Jr., who is professionally known as, has also admitted that he has not watched the show. The embellishing of the story and knowing how some of the real-life plots took place were both deterrents to his checking out the series, though he harbored no ill feelings about it. He says, I haven't watched an episode personally, but I get the scripts ahead of time, and, you know, I mean, everything ain't for everybody. I did not want to mess with this process. These people get paid to do these things, and sometimes you just got to step back and keep your opinions to yourself. Wu-Tang: An American Saga concluded last year with its 3rd season. However, the A&E Network will be debuting their documentary, Old Dirty Bastard, A Tale of Two Dirties, on August 25th.
We did discuss that.
And if you want to see the full interview with Toastface Gorilla on the Torre show, go to MrThrowbackThursday.com, click on the show notes, look for the Woo News section, click on the first article, and there is a YouTube link.
There is.
To Toastface talking to Torre. You God still sucks. It's not a story. That's just facts. And
Some
Google
things do
Chrome
not
has
change.
turned into the you God of browsers
It
for
has. When it comes to StreamYard, at least.
when it comes to this, yes. And now it's time for some music. And we will start, as we always do, with the one and done. And this week's one and done is a true one and done.
It is.
It is the only album released by this duo. It was released March of 1991.
A number.
On Rap-A-Lot Records, running 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 12 seconds. Produced by Clifford Blodgett, James H. Smith.
Gotta love some Clifford Blodgett.
And DJ Big Boss.
Boss.
The name of the record is I Know How to Play 'Em, and it is the one and only album by American hip-hop duo OG Style, consisting of Eric Woods, who goes by Original E, and DJ Big Boss.
Boss.
And they are from Houston, Texas.
They are.
I have 15 tracks on this record.
As do I.
And John will be happy because track number 1 is one of the longer ones we've ever had. It is a 4-minute and 44-second intro called Intro.
I'm the original leak in effect, y'all. Taking out wax in the place and I can't fall. Freaking the beat I freak, I'm unique and superb. Down with rap a lot, here's a curve. Cool like the Mac, in fact, I'm not a new jack. But I'm funky with hype lyrics and a dope track. I cannot miss when I shoot to kill. Set to ill, you want me to chill, you better kneel. Stop all the talk you're talking and keep on walking that walk that you're walking.
Track number 2, Sucker.
Sucker.
Hey, yo, Bob. Yo, what's up? OG
Better than Sissy.
Yo, a lot of those groups out there think that they're on top of the game. But why don't we let them know what's up? Come in, take 3 paces and step back. Cause I'm not afraid of no knickknacks. A lot of that lip is just flip-flap. Same old nonsense, it's all crap. You try to come.
Not some of it's crap, but it's all crap.
Track number 3. If I'm going to get payback, it's going to be funky.
Better be funky.
Funky payback.
let's get started. Let me break it down to a new track. It's the funky payback on wax. Some MCs thought I slipped. How that sound, bro? Y'all can't get with E, yo. Here comes a change of pace, a change of tune, a change of...
Yes, John, it's funny you say that they do list 2 albums. But what you'll find out if you look up those 2 albums is that 2 of them are named OG Style, but only one of them is by a
duo.
group. Yes. OG Style became a solo artist after this and then released an album like 14 years later or something.
Yes. Kind of like Passenger.
There you go.
Passenger was a duo. They broke up. And Mike Rosenberg kept the name Passenger as his solo recording name.
Yeah.
And I guess OG Style afterward was recording. I guess he recorded like 3 records after that. And OG Style, the rapper, known as the original E on this, is deceased.
Huh.
He died on January 3rd of 2008 from a brain hemorrhage at the age of 37.
Wow.
So there you have it. Track number, what were we up to? 4?
Yep.
Catch 'em slipping. They slipping, dog.
Yo, man, we've been waiting on this
Slipping,
break
right?
for a long time.
Long time,
But
G.
yo, why don't we take it on that other level? And this time we'll go nationwide.
Yo, but what about the doubters?
Yo, man, I know we got some doubters, but why don't you rock some funky drums and let me drop some cool lyrics and we'll just get paid. Know what I'm saying? I know.
Track number 5, Playing It Cool.
Yo, I know this girl that wears her jeans real tight. Fronts all the time like she's real hype. My homeboys know that she's not my type. But behind closed doors, if she offers, I might. Relationships really on my...
Track number 6. This is how it should be done.
Is his style identical to none?
My man Ed Jack is in the house. And Rap A
You'd
Lot
have to ask
Records
him.
is in the house.
Maybe he'll tell
MC
us.
Divine is in the house. The King Little J is in the house. My man Cliff Blodgett is in the house. We got Big Chief in the house. My man Doug King gon' turn it out, yo. Hey, yo, boss. Yo, we getting ready to get funky. You know what I'm saying? On the tip of getting crazy paid. Dropping the funky payback album. So, yo, why don't you rock some funky stuff and I'ma rock some freestyle lyrics and we gonna do it like that. Come on, come on. This is how it should be done.
Track number 7, Knowledge is the Gift.
As I sit back and think about our problems, what's going on and how we gonna solve them. Black man selling us out to the other color, but try to keep it undercover. I understand all that, cause it's a money thing. But if that's the case, then let money bring peace and joy to the ones that need a new start. And let the greed depart. When I ask how you live it.
Track number 8, Free World.
Fuck Free World. Oh.
313.
Get your ass in that cell, boy.
Sitting in the Harris County jail, spending all my little time. Not driving fancy cars, I'm just staying at bars and about to lose my mind. So I get up to take a shower. Funky toes are everywhere.
Funky toes are everywhere.
Why would Funky Toes be everywhere?
Because he was in the shower.
Track number 9, 10B3.
Is that like the
And I
783?
stake out Looking at the window, thinking, should I break out? Honey Bun steps on the set. They call him Money Bun, but he's kinda hard bet. And Vince is a madman. Crazy motherfucker with a gun in his right hand. The new house steps in from the new air, and Lala calls him to the square. He's a white boy, so they wanna gank. I gotta shake, motherfucker better think. 10B3 is the location of...
Track number 10, Kick the Ballistics.
G.
So badly want to say G.
A lot of brothers try to play me cause I'm good. Did it cause I could. Saying that the E can't flow, well that's bull. I talk like a pimp, walk with a limp. My crew's the You're just a bunch of wimps that outdated.
You're just a bunch of wimps.
That's fighting words right there.
Yeah.
Track number 11, Listen to the Drum.
Wasn't that 783? Drums of Death? Or drums of... Listen to my drum. Let's go bang.
Brag about your DJ, then watch how the boss play. Won't be no hearsay, yo, just a delay from you and your crew, cause your crew half step, always talking. Can't maintain a rep, we go measure for measure, metaphors and beat breaks. Y'all get hype from all the bass the drum makes. The crowd's in a mix when I grab a microphone. Soon as I touch it, the wax go home.
The wax go
It's
home.
catchy.
It
It's
is.
not a bad record.
No, it's not.
Track number 12, Woo Woo Woo.
Power.
Power.
I'm just sitting in the crib, thinking about the payoff. My nigga called, then he just got laid off. Now he wants another J.O.B. where you make 1,000 a day. And Uncle Sam don't see a penny, G. He spent 21 months in the county. And on his head.
Track number 13, The E. Is this an autobiography of the E?
Hip-hop moves and grooves when I get smooth
That's a single E.
Breaks that irritate and confuse. One shit I told you, I might scold you, then I'll fold you, and boss here hold you prisoner. Cause you ain't nothing but a listener, trying to aggravate, but I ain't dissing you. I'm just mentioning that you were listening to the concept. Now you're wishing you could have moved first, but you would have made a dumb move. Cause you ain't smooth like the E.
Track number 14, Shout Outs.
It's a little early for that, isn't it?
I think so.
OG style in the phys Yo, we just got them dropping
6 minutes of them.
Playback LP coming out on Rap Alive Records. And we got some shout outs. But before we shout out everything, we want to say thanks to the Lord God up above for giving us the strength to go on. And we also want to say peace to our moms and dads for being there. Yo, y'all in here. And to the West
I didn't hear
Coast.
Ross in there anywhere.
No, Ross keeps a low profile.
Yeah.
Last track on the record, number 15, Ain't We Funky.
Funky. Say, ooh, and Oz are jumping my car. People treat me like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Sorry.
I do moves you never heard of. You suckers should take word of. Boss, know what? Some brothers got the nerve of idiotic pests trying to go for best. They make a move, but they lose cause the sound don't check. They be inviting, fighting, yo, they just be biting. Them brothers never heard of the term rhyme writing, playing the cool role, talking like.
And that is your one and done for episode 545. I Know How to Play 'Em by Duo OG Style.
Yes.
The only record released as a duo from OG Style. There was one single released.
Was it Catch 'Em Slippin'?
It was Catch 'Em Slippin'. It did not chart anywhere, but it was released as a single. The album did not chart anywhere either.
What?
Unfortunately, but I'm looking at the samples list, and there's some pretty good samples on here. Somebody picked out the Mary Jane sample.
Line,
The intro samples Funky Drummer and Funk You Up by The Sequence. Catch 'em Slippin' samples Soulful Strut by Young Holt Unlimited from 1968.
Of course it does.
And Synthetic Substitution by Melvin Bliss. This Is How It Should Be Done sampled I Know You Got Soul by Eric B. and Rakim. 10B3 sampled UFO by ESG and Weak at the Knees by Steve Arrington.
Okay.
Funky Drummer Comes Back and Kick the Ballistics, as well as Cool Is Back by Funk Incorporated.
Mm-hmm.
The E samples Pass the Peas by the JBs, not the Jungle Brothers.
No.
The JBs from 1972. And that was James Brown's band, actually. And Ain't We Funky sampled Just Kissed My Baby by The Meters in 1974.
Gotcha.
Another American funk band. So they were very funky. And it was a good record.
Yeah.
Better than what I would have anticipated.
Yes.
It's a shame it didn't chart anywhere, because I will add that to my list of records to play in the background when I'm doing stuff. Our record of the week is up next, and we talked about this earlier in the show.
We did.
This record was released November 19th, 1996.
A number.
Running 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 38 seconds. It was released on Interscope and Twism Records. Produced by Bobby Brown.
Yep, that one.
Chris Large, Dave Atkinson, Dark Child, Word to the Motherfucking DJ Quick, Domingo, Easy Mo B, G1, iRock, Jammin' James Carter, the infamous Mobb Deep, Poke and Tone, Ross Spida Sloan.
Savion Glover?
No, but here's a name you weren't expecting to hear.
Tragedy Gaddafi.
Ralph Tresvant.
Because why not?
Because you got to get a little new addition in there.
Well, you got Bobby Brown already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Bobby Brown was so much bigger as a solo artist than Ralph Tresvant was.
But you're saying new addition.
Yeah, it's true. You know what? You got me on that one.
Yeah.
This is the third studio album by Shaquille O'Neal.
Yes, that's Shaquille O'Neal.
It is called You Can't Stop the Rain. And this record has, well, at least I have 20 tracks on it.
I got 19, yeah.
Okay, 19, yes. So, yes, it says 2024 streaming release. It's finally out.
That's the one, yep.
Track number 1, 50-minute interlude, which is weird. You can't have an interlude when you haven't started. Shaquille.
From this day on, here cometh, bringeth forth. Superman lives. He lives. I have returned. Enrico Gonzalez.
Maybe it's an interlude between his last album and this album.
Maybe you really would have to stretch to get that. Track number 2, I guess you could say, is the title track. The name of the record is You Can't Stop the Rain. This is Still Can't Stop the Rain. And it features the Notorious B.I.G.
Stop it, block it, when I drop it. Anytime I go rhyme for rhyme on a topic. They ain't even fit to step in Shaq's arena. I look inside your mind and I see your shook demeanor. In your eyes, why are you surprised? No matter how you try, not fly as eloquence. The new edition, is this the end last night in
The New Edition.
There you have it. Track number 3, an interlude performed by Peaches called Diva Radio.
Not that Peaches, huh?
No, not that Peaches.
That was Enrico Gates with You Can't Stop.
Yeah, definitely higher voice than Peaches.
1.21 DIVA. You are now sitting pretty with Queen Diva Peaches. And I'm looking for caller 21 to win those VIP passes to hang out with all the...
Yeah, Peaches over on Smith Street is very different.
Very, very different. Track number 4. It was all a dream.
Yes.
Yo, this jam right here dedicated to all the little bad knuckleheads running around, getting in trouble. Just follow your dreams and you'll be alright.
It was all a dream, depositing the rhymes in my schemes, but surprising realizing that yo, it was all a dream. I kept my head above the water for cream, but now I'm turning all heads when I step on the scene. It was all a dream.
Track number 5, featuring Jay-Z and Lord Tariq.
And Nas.
Or shall I say Hawaiian Sophie. And Nas.
Yes, this is the 2024 release.
Yes. So let me put that, featuring Jay-Z, Nas, and Lord Tariq.
Yes.
This is No Love Lost.
Not, I love all player haters. This ain't no love lost here, baby. Say what you got to say.
People know me on these streets, player, I ain't new. Looking at me all funny while I'm counting my money. Surprise, what I do is already legalized. Analyze what I toss across. Ain't no love lost.
Exuberant, change course, exhilarated. Flamboyant, but bouncy on beat breaks, I'm animated. Now it's been stated, I'm lyrically enthusiastic. I'm dope like all these cold CDs wrapped in plastic. What's the meaning of life? Y'all should know. In my lifetime, I need a whole lot of...
Track number 6, Straight Playing.
It's got Peter Guns and DJ Quick on this one.
Oh, I don't have that listed on
That's
mine.
why I told you.
It's kind of funny. You got Lord Tariq on one and Peter Guns on another.
Yeah.
I took a stand in the 90s, shook but unturning. It's the fact that Shaq could leave a cold track burning, leaning low in the Tahoe, my whole crew to follow. A convoy, $100,000 cars follow. Keep your eyes on the biggest big man in the era, whether it's rap or ball and Rico Gates bring the terror. DWI.
Track number 7, featuring Peter Guns.
Mm-hmm.
Best to Worst.
Representing
That's
Jersey.
right. Big Shaq.
Peter Guns.
Where you at? Yeah.
Check it.
Bring it down. I'm sending rappers to heaven, so call me uplifting. I greet ya, defeat ya, take all your recognition. Key in the ignition, first gear I'm gone. Had the best to the worst, the best, my lyrics are strong. I'm sending rappers to heaven, so call me uplifting. I greet ya, defeat ya, take all your recognition. Key in the ignition, first gear I'm gone. I had the best to the worst, the best, my lyrics are strong. I was born.
Track number 8, featuring the infamous Mobb Deep. Legal Money.
What up, son?
Let's show them how we make that legal money.
No doubt. Let's get to sloop so we can sleep on the $1 million rules, baby.
Word up. Show
You know
them
what I'm
how we
saying?
do it.
Legalize, kid. Legalize, kid.
From Orlando, Queensboro, the infamous Small. Get on your jaw, kid. Word up. Check it out, son. Superman emblem. Live with the mob in Metropolis. We call assembly. At round table mapping out these strategies. On faculty is world renowned. Known for 4 pounds of me. Hitting up rappers till they can't be. Highly explosive. It's dangerous. Rap exclusive. Leave them hung. It's Shaq footing. It says elusive. 32. It's something for you and you. And him too. Superman, I hold the pill. Ron Vanderbilt.
Track number 9, featuring Bobby Brown. Edge of Night, which was also a soap opera, if I remember.
Ooh. Was it a daytime or a nighttime?
Daytime. I believe it was on CBS.
The Phil Collins?
Yes, it is.
B. Brown. In the streets of the ghetto, lurking through trouble with brothers and rebels who thought the 9 was the mind. Shaq's the dime that shines and legend time I weigh it. Instead of New Jersey, state of mind, cause I'm the player of all time. But I'm never content and bent the rules my way. The flyway, what I say goes to the highway. The 7-foot killer with more sales than Thriller. If I'm not in my mansion, you can find me in the villa. On the islands of St. Thomas, Bahamas, or on the Aruba. Jet ski and scuba diving.
Track number 10, performed by She, is a 30-second interlude called She.
Is that kind of like her?
Yes. And then it goes into track number 11, which is Let's Wait a While, featuring Jania.
It sounds like it would be a Tevin Campbell song.
So hot energy. Ooh, yeah. We're coming on strong and we are she. Oh, she. Jania, Janie. Jania, energy. She. Oh, yeah.
Jania. Why don't you hold back a little? Save some for Let's Wait a While.
Yeah.
Yo. I don't really want to play the game, nah. But if you want me to play the game and wait a while, I will. Don't front. Yeah. Don't front. Yeah. Don't front. Don't front. I know I got you open. Yeah. Don't front. Yeah. Don't front. Yeah. Don't front.
And it's just strange hearing Shaq say, don't front over Janet Jackson.
He's fronting.
Yeah. He ain't got no back.
Track number 12, featuring Peter Guns, Can I Play?
Bounce. You got the bounce. Come on, bounce. Come on, bounce. Come on, bounce. Come on.
Can I play, baby?
Come on.
Can I play, baby?
Go ahead.
Can I play, baby?
Come on.
Can I play, baby?
Go ahead.
Can I play, baby?
Come on.
Can I play, baby?
Go ahead.
Can I play, baby?
Come on.
Can I play, baby?
Go ahead.
There's been a whole lot of talk about a man named Shaq. Will he back down or will he aim for attack?
Will he back down or will he shoot a free throw? Oh.
Then it ain't going to be a hit.
No.
Track number 13, Just Be Good to Me. That's what he says to the ball when he's on the free throw line.
Yes.
Oh, friend, tell me I am crazy, that I'm wasting time with you. You'll never be mine. Yeah, that's
not what.
Not the way I see it.
That's what I thought.
'Cause I feel your way.
Track number 14, More to Life.
This is with Smooth B, Bobby Brown, and Ralph Treasure.
Yes.
Friend of the show, Smooth B.
Lyrically minded criminal, legal money, cash maker though. If legends live forever, this Shaq won't die, bro. I come back like the crow. I'm simply delicious, itchy, addicted, otherworldly, painful, inflicted. The assalamu alaikum sayer, the 100 mil make a payer. The NBA a number one player. Crack MCs on the
Track number 15.
I know you're supposed to rap about what you know.
Yes.
But Shaq as a musician should have been separate from Shaq as a ball player. He leans very heavily on, I do this on the court. I'm the best on the court. I'm a great basketball player. Okay. Well, go play basketball.
We get
then.
the idea. Go play ball. Track number 15, Big Dog Stomp.
Here's a story about a dog. Dog. A nasty dog.
Dog eat dog.
Why must I feel like that, friend? Why must I feel like that, friend? Why must I feel like that, Frank? Why must I feel like that, Frank?
Yo, together forever, big fella. Come on, let's leave brain sick. Now we represent.
See, that one doesn't say it features anyone, but that was not Shaq rapping.
No. Track number 16. Oh, this sounds like a HBO series.
It's a Bruce
Game
Lee
of
movie.
Death.
This one features the God Rakim.
My game's finesse is full of pain and stress. I train to press and leave a pain in your chest. You came to test my team, it's dangerous. You playing the best at the game of death. My game's finesse is full of pain and stress. I train to press and leave a pain in your chest. You came to test my team, it's dangerous. You playing the best at the game of death.
Yo, Enrico gets 14 miller to shoot the killer. Arenas filled to capacity to see this thriller. Unfathomably mystic, my style is supernaturally.
Unfathomably.
Track number 17 is an outro
Yes,
performed
it
by
is.
Lord Tariq. There was no intro.
No.
But there is an outro.
There was an interlude.
This is listed as an interlude too.
Yeah, it's an outro interlude.
You the one player, no doubt. Word is born. Money boss players up in here. The gun runners, the Twizzle family. We in the middle of everything, you know what I'm saying? My man Big Kev, Frankie D, my man Sonny, Peter Guns, Big Dirt, Ken Dog.
Big Dirt.
Big Dirt. Not Dirt McGirt.
No.
Track number 18, a bonus track performed by She called Player.
1 2 1 2 1 2. Check it out. From the Twism family, this is Frank D. And we getting ready to drop She. 3 bad sisters from Los Angeles. Peace. Peace.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
Track number 19, performed by One Accord, is a bonus track called Don't Wanna Be Alone.
Since I don't know who you are, I'm going to guess
Here
you
we go
ended up
again.
alone.
Team Twism, Big Shaq, and 4 bad brothers from New York. Big guy, let us know who's next.
Big Shaq, One Accord. To all the lovely ladies, check it. I don't wanna be alone. Yeah. I can't let you go. I won't let you go. I don't wanna be alone. I can't let you go. Won't let you go.
Well, we're going to let you go so you can be alone.
We are going to let you go since that is the last track on the record. Your record of the week for episode 545, You Can't Stop the Rain.
Yes.
By Shaquille O'Neal.
Cranky has a good question.
Yeah. Do you think the good artists are on here as personal favors or more out of fear of Shaq? Probably personal favors.
Probably.
Shaq's a big guy, but I don't see him being violent.
I don't know.
I don't know him that well, but
he is a Shaq knife.
And he does cut with precision.
Yes.
He'll tell you that himself. There were 2 singles released off of this.
Oh?
Yes.
Let me look at my Spotify. I'm going to say You Can't Stop the Rain.
Yes.
With Biggie. I remember that one. If I had to pick another one, that No Love Lost had Jay-Z and Lord Tariq at the time. No Nas, because he said, no, but I'm going to go with that.
Straight Playing, the DJ Quick and Peter Guns track. So let's see if there was charting action for this. For the first one, You Can't Stop the Rain. On the U.S. Hot R&B and Hip Hop Airplay chart, it peaked at number 54. And Straight Playing did not chart anywhere. Oh, I take that back. Song was a slight improvement, peaking at number 33 on the Hot R&B and Hip Hop Singles and Tracks.
Belgium?
No, in the U.S., actually.
Okay.
And it was featured on the soundtrack to the film Steel, which starred
Shaquille O'Neal movie.
Shaquille O'Neal. Go figure. The album itself had some charting action, I believe.
Oh.
Yes, sir. U.S. Billboard 200, it peaked at number 82, so it got into the top half of the chart.
Yep.
U.S. top R&B and hip-hop albums, it peaked at 21. For You Can't Stop the Rain by the Shaq Knife himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
You Can't Stop the Rain. No, that's a different one.
Your record of the week for episode 545. Your one and done, once again, was OG Style with I Know How to Play 'Em.
Mm-hmm.
Your artist of the month for July of 2024 is Digital Underground. So go check out the Digital Underground catalog. I will be listening to Sex Packets later, I'm sure.
I heard they're $1 or $2.
Before we take our final break of the day, we have an old to the new to the old, I guess.
You know, whatever it is, yeah, it's something different.
We're calling it an old to the new, but it could be both.
Yes.
This is a track that Jamie found by accident.
Yes, I occasionally go down rabbit holes on artists. Normally what happens is I'm looking for a one and done because that list, I have to keep populating that list because that's a lot of work doing that one.
Low real quick.
And then this time I was in the mood for some Lonnie Parachute, actually, is where it started. And then I started going down people also listen to. And then I just got to the artist himself that I'm talking about. And then it went from there. Like his popular tracks or newest releases and stuff. And then here this is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the actual artists. I know the featured artist.
This is a song from Dylan and Bat Sauce featuring Cool Keith. It's called Ready on the Left.
Ready on the Left.
With the thirst quencher that's ice cold like the worst winter. I'm well versed, this ain't my first venture. I spent a lot of time mastering my arts and crafts. I'm no dummy. If you test, you gon' start to crash. You getting money, gotta guard the stash. I steady stay hungry though, these mic checks are hard to cash. I'm not a flash in the pan, I am spark in the pot. Blowing smoke out the car when I park in the spot. It's a lot popping off and I earned a taste. I got demons that I probably need to learn to face. But this evening I've returned to chase. All my highs and lows, but you're the human make concern in case you need a recap. I came to get bent like a kneecap. Till the morning I'll be snoring like I need a CPAP. If you see me tap the bottom and twist, it's cause I have a habit that I don't know how to resist. Let's go. Hopping in the whip to hit the town for the night. Ready on the left, ready on the right. Sitting first class and we about to take flight. Ready on the left, ready on the right. When I step on the set looking fresh to death, you know I'm ready on the right, ready on the left. Anybody trying to hate, they should save their breath because we ready on the right, ready on the left.
Dylan and Bat Sauce, you know I'm that boss. Any lounge, see it's time to floss, of course. Enjoy a night out with the sauce. Sipping wine on the town, through the corridors, wearing a Nick blue and orange. To hype my endurance, stamina pouring, a champagne glass. Woman curious and asking, why am I spitting off the Richter? Feeding the words to the listener, while the limo driver drive. I'm in the back, a lot of spectators peep inside. Your liquor leaking out the glass, cause you high. Signing posters, throwing them in the sky. While most of the guys take a nosedive. Pull over in the town, I guess I get out and ballet and socialize. Foreigners and other pedestrians realize who it is, get out so surprised. Follow me, y'all go subscribe.
We hopping in the whip to hit the town for the night. Ready on the left, ready on the right. Sitting first class and we about to take flight. Ready on the left, ready on the right. When I step on the set looking fresh to death, you know I'm ready on the right, ready on the left. Anybody trying to hate, they should save their breath because we ready on the right, ready on the left.
That's your old to the new to the old to the new to the old for episode 545. Dylan and Bat Sauce featuring Cool Keith. It's just fun to say Bat Sauce.
It's fun to hear music from Cool Keith, no matter who he's with.
Right. It's called Ready on the Left. It actually was a very, very good track. John, I agree with you. Good track, great video, and I wouldn't want a van now because you'd be accused of being the free candy guy and just no thanks. Old to the new, Dylan and Bat Sauce featuring Cool Keith, Ready on the Left. Artist of the Month, Digital Underground for July of 2024. Record of the Week, Shaquille O'Neal, You Can't Stop the Rain. The one and done OG style with I Know How to Play 'Em. We're going to take our final break of the day, and when we come back, I will read some lyrics.
You will.
As Bill Read Lyrics comes to you right after the break on Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 545.
No matter how many times, 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 no matter how many times the ball.
Hey, yo, check this out. This is be notorious, glorious. I'm chilling on my boys, Jamie and Bill. And yo, no matter how many times the ball bounces, there's still no better podcast than Mr. Throwback Thursday. Boy, you heard? Salute.
The quality of God which leads to infinity. Cause as we know, our rhymes are impeccable, fresh and flexible, highly.
But it starts with Bill.
I'm Bill S. Preston. It's called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Group words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headaches. Midol for any cramps.
Most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Welcome to Bill Reads Lyrics.
Hello. This is Bill Reads Lyrics. It is an educational discussion of artistic expression and creativity of modern lyricists. Bill may recite explicit or offensive language. Professional supervision is suggested for sensitive listeners. The average views and opinions within these lyrics are not necessarily those of Mr. Throwback Thursday or its hosts, and will be in the area of 160 WPMs. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, humor heavy, and just right. Thanks.
As I unmute myself, welcome back to Mr. Throwback Thursday, episode 545. I have to mute myself because I always forget that the disclaimer is going to play, so
Yes.
I've gotten much better with that. We were talking off the air. John Henderson, one of our OG posse members, huge Minnesota Vikings fan. Our hearts go out to Kyrie Jackson was his name, who passed away in a car accident as the passenger of a car where somebody else who was drunk hit them. There's just no reason for any of that shit. Get a fucking Uber. That's all I'm going to say about that. It is time for Bill Reads Lyrics. As always, Jamie will provide me with some lyrics. I have no idea what they're going to be until I get them sent. So you might as well get on it. It's my turn.
Yes. I will send them over to you, Chomp.
Into private.
Yes. You can't just send it out to the public.
Oh, man, why are you going to send me a track where that word's in the title?
That word is in the chorus. I don't believe it's in the verse. It might be in the verse one time, but it's not a...
Okay.
Yeah.
So where am I going?
Verse 1. We'll take it from the top.
And I'm going all the way to the chorus?
From the unknown guest rapper, yes.
Okay.
I wonder if he had a paper bag over his head and told bad jokes.
The unknown comic.
All right. So with no type of ado, Sesame Street Gover style, whether nearer or further,
I'm scared.
We'll cue the motherfucking piano.
Dark voice. Space choice. T-Mobile text vexed, and you think you're in a competitive mode. Who's the wussy they can't be fly dropping a verse with a dirty pussy? Diaper show off your designer chains. fucking up my cipher. Retarded ass rap / diva. Run around with a fucked up weave attachment, ho. Handcuffer. I don't know why that stupid Nickelback like you. Step back, you fucking werewolf out of London, before I bite you. Barbecue rib hounder. Fuck it. You splash out that quarter pounder. The official rap and music co-founder since Ralph Hooper and his pops ran the Apollo with the United Negro Fund. The richest Nickelback in the world. Y'all can't fuck with the franchise. Imagine your local bullshit burger spot going against Ronald McDonald. Italy can't stop the 3 billion servings. I'ma make brandy hoes move they pork chops.
See, not all Bill Reed's lyrics are just out to be totally disgusting.
Some of them are just downright confusing.
Yeah, that's one of those. I was listening to this album and I'm like trying to focus on what he's saying. I'm like, the fuck is he talking about? And I'm like, let's see if Bill can do that one.
And because I didn't read it ahead of time, we came across the one word that begins with an R that a lot of people have a problem with. So therefore, I did not have a
hence the disclaimer
substitute word ready for.
Yes, that's why we have a disclaimer.
So in the future, I will have to think of a word to use since Nickelback seems to work really well. By the way, there's a Netflix special on them.
Yep, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw Dave Attrabwanda sent it to me.
Like the most loved and hated band in the world, or something like that. So, good old Cool Keith. I love the fact that he rhymed wussy with dirty pussy. So
that is a Cool Keith thing to do.
That is such a Cool Keith thing to do. So it is time.
It is time
for me to adjust the headwear.
And switch your hat from Bill to Phil.
And I can't worry about my hair being a mess because I cut it all off the other day.
Then you should proceed to take us home.
Well, now that the hat has been changed, I can do just that.
Yes.
Episode 545 of the Mr. Throwback Thursday show is brought to you in part by the world's strongest coffee, Death Wish Coffee. You find them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and deathwishcoffee.com. Use the code TBT to save 12% off of your order. And then the code Throwback saves you 10% off of your order after that. The world's strongest coffee, deathwishcoffee.com. Magic Mind, your secret to a sharper mind and calm energy.
Yes.
Use our limited offer that gets you up to 48% off of your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase with the code Throwback20 at checkout. You can claim it at magicmind.com/throwback20. Magic Mind.
Yes.
Def Rugs, defrugs.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Def Rugs, handmade, high-quality, hip-hop themed rugs, brought to you by the original Rug E Fresh, Marshall Fox, and his business associate, the Green-Eyed Bandit, Eric Sermon. Go check out defrugs.com and get yourself a Def Rug.
Yes, I have more than anybody here combined, so you should get one.
The Bittersweet Candy Company, our friend Heather Lent up in Schenectady, New York, is the proprietor of that establishment. She makes candy and chocolate that is handmade, small batch, different, and
delicious.
Check them out on Facebook and order at bittersweetcandy.com. Use our code Throwback to save 10% off your order at bittersweetcandy.com. Or if you are in the Schenectady, New York area, go to her storefront. It's on J Street in Schenectady, New York.
We give you all these codes for discounts. You should really use them.
Including this one, Melted Mics, MLTDMICS.com, meltedmics.com. Use our code MR Throwback Thursday to save 10% off of your hip-hop themed t-shirts, brought to you by the original artist of our theme song, the one and only Pumice T. Mendola. Actually, he wasn't the original artist. We sent him one, and he hated it, so he redid it. So
he's very, very good at that. Hating stuff that I do and fixing it.
Meltedmics.com. Go check them out and get yourself a t-shirt. Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth. Hip hop and pop culture themed items from the sick, twisted mind of Mr. Throwback Thursday himself and his sick, twisted wife, Mrs. Throwback Thursday. Go check out Etsy.com/shop/geek like you, where the geek shall inherit the earth.
Yes, I did not make this shirt, but I felt it was appropriate for this show.
Don't forget to visit us at mrthrowbackthursday.com, the homepage for everything Mr. Throwback Thursday. Leave us a voice message by clicking on that little microphone that follows you everywhere you go on that site. It's called Hit Us Up. You can also click on the little link there that says become a patron.
Yes,
and
please
that'll
do
take
that.
you to our Patreon page. You can also follow us on our socials on the artist formerly known as Twitter. We at _MR_TBT and Bill_MR_TBT, which is also my Instagram and Threads handle. Jamie on Instagram and Threads is MR Throwback Thursday. That is also where you can find our TikTok page, which gives you previews of things that TikTok will not pull down.
Yeah.
They're very picky. You can also like the Facebook page that started it all, Mr. Throwback Thursday. You can like the page that we activated after Mr. Throwback Thursday was deactivated for a little bit, which is the Mr. Throwback Thursday podcast and home of the TBT posse as well. Go check all those Facebook pages out. And you can also check us out every Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on itsfreshradio.com and the Fresh Radio app for your phone.
And hey, everybody, when you see our show posts come up on whatever social media you see it on, you can just push share. It'll take you about 7 seconds, not the punk band 7 seconds, but it actually will help us immensely just by spreading the word. And it costs you nothing.
It costs nothing. Cost a click. That's all it is. But freshradio.com, we're on 10 a.m. right after the All Request Thursday, which you can be a part of as well by tweeting your requests to DJ B, the hardest working turntablist in the world, at Real Fresh Radio, and he will get them on for you. If you are an emailer, you can send us emails to mrthrowbackthursday@gmail.com. It is shout-outs time.
Yay.
Shout-outs this week, we'll start with Gail Dunmeyer, Manny Baez, Sarah Henderson, John Henderson, Hugo Gonzalez, Sanket Patel, Teresa Lynn Simple Luxuries at teresalins.com, Clay Arsenault, the Shrieking Warrior Jennifer Buchanan, Jason Heath, Jessica Walker, Shane Hatley, Ahoy Matey Ricky Schnarr,
yes.
Kenneth Elsfelder, Mr. Cranky Pants Brian Hollenbeck, the legendary Kevin Van Buren, Rob Jeffroy, Kate Harvey, Catherine Liska, and Wanda Calamia.
Yes.
They get mentioned every week because
I got 5 on it.
Or more.
And by getting 5 on it, you become a patron. You want to get your name mentioned every week? Become a patron. Go to patreon.com/MRTBT or MrThrowbackThursday.com. Click on the little Become a Patron link. Don't forget our friends in the industry. As always, check out the 1980s Now with Will, Kat, and John. Check out Jock and Nerd Podcast with Anthony Imran and the Felty American Rug Boy. Check out our friend Talking Ty on her show, What's the Word Podcast with Brooklyn Ty, NYC. We mentioned the hardest working turntablist in the world, DJ B. Get that Fresh Radio app for your phone. We're also on wildonerradio.com at wildonerradio.com, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and all throughout the weekend. So go check that out. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, share the show, all that good stuff. Go find us. Not only share the show, share the good word. Let people know that you're not just sharing it because we told you to. You're sharing it because
we're okay.
It's a good way to spend 2 hours of your week.
Yeah.
And until next week, when we get to do it again, take good care of yourselves. Wash your hands.
Wash your butt.
And until next week, keep it classic.
And like Kool Keith said, you fucking raccooners, you can't stop the bass boomers.
And always remember,
new school stale, old school fresh.